Hello, guys. Welcome to Boss Football. It was an exciting weekend of interesting Premier League matches. Arsenal, we almost had a perfect weekend, but unfortunately, Burnley couldn't hold on. So let's dive into the weekend review. For Arsenal Football Club, we had a really comfortable home win against Nottingham Forest. It was a game that everybody expected Arsenal to win anyway, although some were suggesting that it would be a difficult game. It turned out not to be a so difficult a game. It was an exciting game to watch. Noni Madueke and Martin Zubimendi stole the show. So it was a good game, an open game for Arsenal, kind of. Although Ange Postecoglou tried to sit in a mid block, he tried to make the team compact, but whatever was his game plan didn't work out well. So the people that were crying out and protesting and signing petitions against the signing of Noni Madueke. I guess the injury to Bukayo Saka has shown us how important Madueke is for the team. And not just important, he's important. He played really well. Unfortunately, he couldn't get a goal or an assist. And in a world where goals and assistance to control everything, he needs to try to add more of that to his game. But generally, it was a good weekend in terms of our game. What's his name? Mosquera. Mosquera had a good game. Ricardo Calafori. In fact, generally, the whole team played well. Eze got an assist, and then Jokore scored once again. So, generally speaking, it was a good weekend for us now. But unfortunately, yesterday, on the 93rd minute, after holding on for so long, Burnley crumbled. The EPL and their referees, they will always find a way to help certain teams to win football matches. So Liverpool, but they are not looking too convincing. I keep saying that Liverpool, I know some people will say, it's champion stuff not to play well and to win. Imagine playing against Burnley and struggling to score with all the firepower, Vez, Ekitike, Salah. I had to rely on a 93rd minute penalty. So let's see how long that their luck continues to, shine, because it has been a lucky start to the season for them against Bournemouth. They almost didn't win that game. Against Arsenal, it was a wonder free kick. Yesterday again, a penalty. So it has been a mixed bag kind of start to the season for most teams. For Manchester United, they were really shambolic yesterday, really disappointing, really shambolic. We expected more from them, given how well they played against Arsenal in quotes and how well they've been playing. At least we expected them to put up a fight, but United, when you count on them, they tend to disappoint you. And the biggest disappointment for us Arsenal fans is that that game now, the way they lost scandalously, they could even score one goal, has now encouraged Man City. Man City will be raring to go against Arsenal next weekend. It has motivated. If Man United had turned up and probably gotten a win or a draw, it would have mounted even much more pressure on Pep Guardiola and his side, and it would have made the game for the coming weekend easier for us, Arsenal FC. But unfortunately, you can't rely on Ruben Amorim and his boys. Ruben Amorim has played, I think, 31 Premier League games now. He has lost 16 or 17, drawn 7 and won 8. What a terrible record. I'm not sure Ten Hag's record was that bad. And the Man United owners, I don't know. The man is asking to be sacked. Even his press conferences after losing, the way he talks, that he will not change his ways, that there can only be change in personnel. If the club wants that, they can sack him. And so the man seems to be fed up with the team. I watched the game yesterday. The players looked lost. The goals were just defensive mistakes, lack of concentration, players not, following their markers, just, everybody just doing what they felt like. What was his name? Bruno Fernandes was virtually absent. He didn't do anything interesting in that game. Mbeumo had a few shots here and there. Benjamin Sesko was anonymous. This is a fourth game also. It was anonymous. So it's not looking good for United. As for Chelsea, the boys from West London, Chelsea thought they had won the game, against Brentford. Before that game, most people were predicting Chelsea to beat Brentford 3-0, 2-0. You know, Brentford, they are struggling. They've lost some important players, Wissa and Buemo. They've lost their coach. You know, they are going through turmoil. Chelsea will just go there and blame them. Chelsea got there and, even considered the first goal. And then they came back, turned the game around. And on the 94th minute, Brentford equalized. So whether it's an offside goal or not, that's another story for another day. But Chelsea couldn't move on. So Chelsea has won 2 games, drawn 2. And I think they have 8 points or so. So the league is heating up. Next weekend is going to be another exciting weekend, and we will all be here for it. So as for us, Arsenal fans, we are hopeful that by the end of the coming weekend, Bukayo Saka should be fit and ready to go against Manchester City. William Saliba should be back in the team, and probably we'll have a good weekend again. So subscribe to the channel, like the video, and keep sharing.